The Los Angeles Rams are facing a massive risk right now because their plan for the backup quarterback spot is falling apart. We just learned that a key veteran might walk away from football forever, leaving our team in a very dangerous position. If something happens to our starter, we have no one reliable to lead the offense, and that could ruin the entire season. This is a critical moment for the front office. Before we dive into the details, make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you never miss any breaking news updates. Jimmy Garoppolo is the name everyone is talking about today because he might be finished with the NFL. This veteran quarterback has spent the last 2 years as the main backup for our team, but now he is thinking about retiring for good. He has played 12 years in this league and started over 60 games during his long career. He has earned over $150 million, so he does not really need the money anymore. He is 34 years old and is taking some time to think about his future. This is a big problem because the Rams were counting on him to be there if we needed him. We thought he would sign a new contract and stay for another season, but he has stayed away from the team all summer. Now we know why he hasn't signed yet. He is mulling over his final decision on whether to play or quit. This leaves the Rams in a very tight spot because there are no other veteran options left on the market. We looked at other big names earlier this year, but those players went to different teams. Now we are stuck with a massive hole on the roster. If he decides to retire, we lose a lot of experience in the quarterback room. Experience is very important when you are trying to win a championship. You need someone who knows the system and can step in at any moment. Without him, we are looking at a very empty depth chart. This news changes everything for the upcoming draft. The team was hoping to focus on other positions, but now they might have to hunt for a new passer. It is a simple situation of supply and demand. We need a reliable backup, and the veteran we wanted is leaning toward leaving. This means the draft is now the only place where we can find a real solution. We cannot afford to go into the season without a backup plan. If our starter gets hurt and we don't have a good backup, the whole year is wasted. This is why the news about his retirement is so stressful for the fans and the coaches. We are waiting for his final word, but the clock is ticking toward the draft. We have to be ready for the worst-case scenario right now. Matthew Stafford is the heart and soul of this team, and he is the reason we have high expectations every single year. He is a tough leader who knows how to win big games, but he is not getting any younger. The front office knows this, which is why they are working hard on a new contract for him right now. They want to make sure he stays in the building through at least the 2026 season. Our head coach believes he can play for a long time, and we all want to see him keep throwing those amazing passes. This veteran leader has a very special skill set that fits perfectly into the offensive system we run. He can make every throw on the field, and his chemistry with the receivers is incredible. But because he plays such a physical style of football, he often takes some big hits. This is why having a strong backup is so important for his success and the team's safety. We cannot expect him to carry the entire load without some protection behind him. If he has to miss a few plays or a few games, the team needs to know the season won't fall apart. Right now, the focus is on making sure he is happy and healthy for the long run. The news about a potential contract extension is great because it shows the team is committed to him. However, it also highlights the urgency of finding someone who can learn from him. This legendary passer is the perfect mentor for a young player. Whoever we bring in will have the chance to sit behind one of the best to ever do it. We are not just looking for a body to fill a seat. We are looking for someone who can maintain the high standards he has set. The team has a lot of flexibility because of how well he is playing, but that flexibility only works if the backup situation is handled correctly. We don't want to force a draft pick, but we also can't leave him without a safety net. This legendary quarterback deserves to have a roster that supports him in every way possible. As we look toward the future, his health and his contract are the top priorities for everyone in the organization. We are all rooting for him to lead us back to the Super Bowl one more time. This situation matters because it could be the difference between winning and losing games this fall. If we do not find a real backup quarterback, one single injury could ruin our entire season. We have seen it happen to other teams before, and it is a very scary thought for Rams fans. Without a veteran like the one who might retire, we are forced to look at the draft for an answer. This means we might have to use a high pick on a player who isn't ready to play yet. If we make the wrong choice, we could be stuck with a backup who can't help us win. This could lead to a lot of losses if our main starter has to sit out for any reason. We need to have a clear plan because the stakes are incredibly high in this league. Every game counts, and every win is vital for making the playoffs. If we don't have a good backup, we are taking a massive gamble with our future. This could help them win more games if they find a young talent, but it is also a very big risk. The fans want to feel safe, knowing that the team is prepared for anything. Right now, that safety is gone because the veteran we trusted is thinking about leaving the game. This forces the coaches to change their entire strategy for the draft. They might have to pass on a great defensive player just to make sure they have a quarterback. This is a direct consequence of the retirement news we just received. It puts a lot of pressure on the general manager and the head coach to get this right. They cannot afford to make a mistake on such an important position. If they find a good young player, it could secure the team for years to come. But if they fail, it could lead to a very long and frustrating season for everyone involved. We want to see this team succeed and reach the top again, but that requires having a solid plan in place. This is not just a small roster move. It is a defining moment for the entire organization. We have to wait and see how they handle this pressure during draft weekend. The outcome will tell us a lot about the direction of the team. Let us look at the different ways this could play out because the tension is rising quickly. The best-case scenario is that the Rams find a young quarterback in the middle rounds who can develop quickly. Maybe they take a talented kid from a big school who can sit and learn for a year or two. If this works, the team will have a cheap and reliable backup who could even become a starter later on. This would be a huge win for the front office and would make everyone feel much better. But there is a very dark worst-case scenario that we have to consider. If the team ignores the position or picks the wrong player, we could be in serious trouble. Imagine a situation where our starter goes down and the person who comes in is totally lost. If it fails, the season could end in a total disaster with no way to fix it. We might see a string of losses that knocks us out of the playoff race completely. The emotional stress of watching a season slip away is something no fan wants to go through. This is why every decision in the draft feels so heavy right now. There are names like Ty Simpson being mentioned, and he could be a future star or a huge question mark. Some experts say he fits the offense perfectly, but others worry about his lack of experience. If we trade up to get a player like him, the risk becomes even higher. We would be betting a lot of our future on one single player who has never played a pro game. On the other hand, if we wait too long, the best options might be gone. The Arizona Cardinals or other rivals could jump ahead of us and steal the player we want. This creates a lot of drama and uncertainty as we get closer to the big night. We are all sitting on the edge of our seats waiting to see which path the team chooses. Do they play it safe, or do they take a big swing on a young prospect? The tension is real because the consequences are so immediate. One choice could lead to glory, while the other could lead to a very painful rebuilding phase. We just have to hope the leadership knows exactly what they are doing. To sum it all up, the Rams are in a very tough spot because their veteran backup is considering retirement. This news has forced the team to look at the draft for a new solution at the quarterback position. We need someone who can support our legendary starter and keep the season alive if things go wrong. It is a high-stakes situation with a lot of risk involved for everyone. The choice they make this weekend will impact the team for several years to come. Be honest with yourself for a moment. Would you feel comfortable going into the season with a rookie as our only backup? It is a scary thought for many of us who remember the bad years. We want to hear your thoughts on this situation in the comments below. Should the Rams trade up for a young star or find a veteran somewhere else? If you love this team as much as I do, please hit that like button right now. It really helps the channel grow and lets us keep bringing you these updates. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you are always the first to know what happens.